Alright, well. I can't believe I'm not dead. That's incredible. Alright, let's go. Fire versus fire. Bring it. Rogue wave, we gotta move. Lucky bastard can teleport right into the rogue wave, and he didn't take any damage. Thanks, game. Consistent. Alright, maybe one or two more passes. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Scotty says it's still 45 there, but next week 60 plus? Alright, that's getting more comfortable. Almost to springtime, man. You can do it. You'll make it. I can't believe that I disconnected for a minute there and came back and was still alive. I was so sure I'd be dead. That was crazy lighting. Alright, made it out of the chop. That would be frightening in real life to be out in the seas that crazy. And that is a terrible lighthouse. I did not see that from sea at all. Hence all the shipwrecks. Alright, next up will be the hardest challenge of them all so far. Gonna take out the big sea monster, Zamaharibu. Cool, we'll give it a shot. I may die. But today is a good day to die. I know a lot of other people are looking to kill this thing too, so when I get there, I'll call for help. I don't know if I've ever played with 4 demi cannons, but it's good for this thing since it constantly wants to be right up on you. Alright, put up the call for help. Damn it, I didn't notice the flooding damage. They ran away a little bit. Come back here. I guess I was the one running away. He's like, you left my territory. I don't care anymore. Oh, he's down. He was down quick. Did I somehow perfect brace that? I have to go back to port. Hopefully we'll be able to pull some aggro here. I won't even need to. It's about to be dead. If my mouse button would work, oh my god. 5 teeth. Very nice. Alright, what's next on our agenda? Oh, did that not even take my kill away? I can go do it again? That's kind of cool. Wonder why that didn't count towards the completion of the quest that I'm on. Did I just, like, not pick up the eye? Strange. No. Why can't I anchor? Is my ship just not loaded yet? That's definitely my ship. Mashuma. Maybe now? Nope. Weird. Just gonna fast travel to another island, see if that fixes it. This game was less buggy in the first weak than it has been after they fixed things. Once they started fixing shit, it started to get worse and worse. Oh, treasure here. Alright. Might as well give it a quick run around. Ta-da! That's gotta be like 24 or 25 out of 30 by now. Let's see what we got for this legendary. Pt.29. Don't know which one that is. And nobody else is joining yet, so we'll just stick to what we're doing. And it lets us board our ship now. That's good. If you're watching out there, I'd super appreciate a follow. Just trying to grow, get more people hanging out. If you're enjoying the chill. A couple demi cannons, pretty powerful. Thanks for your help, friend. Now it's time to plunder you. This snow with this equipment is pretty powerful. Wonder if they're also here for Zamaharibu. Seeing as he's sinking, maybe. Either way, I'm gonna help them out. Hey, it's Zamaharibu. Who'd have guessed? Let me get a hit in before it dies, hopefully. Yo, let me get a hit, bro. That didn't give me the quest completion either. Okay, that's pretty sick. So I can just keep farming this guy if I want. I wish I could tell those people that. Just one more kill and I'll be able to craft that fucking armor, dude. I'm excited. Who knows? We might even have enough right now. I have a feeling we're one or two short, though. So I'm going to go buy the blueprint. Because I know I have enough for that now. Fuck yeah, let's buy it. It's so close. Let's see how many we have. How many we got? Is it 3? Is it 4? 4. Is that enough? Is it 4 and 4? Oh my god, it's 4 and 4. Hell yeah, let's go craft that shit. The Ouroboros armor. An exotic hull. Sewn together from the hide of Kuharibu, a sea monster, fabled to possess powerful regenerative properties. But it's also got some scales from Zamaharibu. And I've got everything I need, so let's do it. Oh, I forgot how anticlimactic that is because you don't get any sort of special cutscene. There we go, at least we got the little zoomy thingy. The alert, as they'd probably be called on Twitch. I don't know. I kind of feel like doing this might be funny. What level can we get this to? It's so tiny. It's only level 7.5. Oh yeah, it doesn't even have an alt weapon. I do have a super high level armor on it. Let's see. It might be funny. Maybe level has more of effect on your damage and stuff than I know, so we'll find out. Alright, so what I want to do is get hurt and see how this armor reacts. Alright, there we go. We took a little damage. That's what I wanted. That didn't heal me at all. Only activates when brace effect ends. What does that even mean? Oh, like if brace breaks? Let's go test it. I still want to try it. Even if I die, I want to try it for a hostile takeover. Though the sandbuck is just so much fun for those things. Which is this one for? Pt.29. That's a fairly well connected one. We'll do that. Got 5 minutes. We'll sail up from this way. Ember TV, what up? Welcome. Thanks for dropping in. What do I think of the game so far? Well, I'm basically done with it at this point. I've got all the things. There's just a few things that I'm cleaning up. A few things left to do. I really enjoyed my time with it, that's for sure. And right now I'm just kind of playing around and having fun. I equipped one of the lowest level ships with some of the best equipment, and we're gonna go try to do a hostile takeover with that. I don't know if you know if you know what a hostile takeover is. How familiar are you with the game? Oh, seasonal stuff. Basically, I mean, pretty close. Almost Kingpin, nice. I think I'm at like Kingpin 20 something. Yep, Kingpin 23. I got the seasonal cannons, and I'm halfway through another one of the seasonal ladders. Getting close to the furniture. Once you get the furniture, it unlocks like the weak points on some of the Lepest fleet. All right. All right. Confidence in this build. I just unlocked the Ouroboros armor from the Kuharibu and Zamaharibu scales. And the cannons, I've never been a big Culverin guy, so not really. I'm waiting to see what it's like, the healing aspect of it. I haven't had anything break my shields yet. There we go. That didn't look like it healed me 15%. Maybe it means heal you like up to 15% if you're almost dead? I have no idea, but I think I'm gonna die. I do keep seeing a healing flash. I don't know, did my health just go up? I'm a really big fan of the bombards. I like these Dardaniels guns, which shoot all 3 rounds at once. Oh my god. Yeah, that does some good damage. But I think the demi-cannons. The demi-cannons are probably the most powerful. The bombards just give you a little bit more range to work with. Sorry about that. Had keyboard issue for a second. I think it was a bad decision to piss off all these guys. Oh well. Uh, the rockets. I've actually gotten to really like them for the different situations. They were really hard to use at first, and I had a lot of trouble landing my shots, but once I kind of figured out the arc, how long they take, it got a little easier to use. Oh, it's a player. Wonder if they are after the same objective. No, they're not. Do I use torpedoes? I unlocked Rama's, like, the 1,000 priced ones. I think the opium torpedoes. I don't love them. They're alright. They just do a little bit less damage than I'd want for something that's so hard to utilize. I feel like they don't do as much damage as the bombards. Even when it's a lot harder to land the shot. And it does look like level has a lot to do with the damage you do. Because there's no way these shouldn't be sinking a level 10. Because I wasn't sure before if the level of your ship actually affected how much damage you deal and how much damage you take, but it really seems like it does. I definitely put this on hard mode. Well, that went fairly as to be expected, honestly, in a level 7 ship. Have I beat the season boss? Oh, La Peste. Fought him a couple times. I can see how it's doable, but they made him so difficult to solo and the rewards so little that I haven't bothered fighting him much. I died to him a couple times. Alright, let's go back in a real ship now. Go back in the sandbuck and mess him up. Yeah, the solo experience, which is basically all I've done, has definitely felt a little more like hard mode. Which isn't terrible. I like playing games in hard mode sometimes. But when you have another person with you, it's so much more fun. A lot more action. And it does feel so much easier, because it says that the enemies get harder and everything, but they definitely don't hit twice as hard. And there's not twice as many. Alright, let me re-equip real quick. This one, I run the Blue Spectre up front. The Ghost Ship Flamethrower. I usually run Zamzamas on the side, the Demi Cannons. I had to use them on my Snow, because taking out Zamaharibu is actually pretty tough. I didn't have any trouble at the early game. I wonder if it's more difficult now because of how many high-level players are around the ports and all the rogues that spawn. But I played the open beta So I got a little bit of a head start, and then I played the early access. I guess I got away from all that and kind of beat the curve. So, tail gun. I don't hate the fire long gun and back. It's not bad. Kind of prefer something like the demi cannon drowning. Yeah, there we go. It's tough to shuffle all your stuff around between the ships. And so on this guy, this is the pyro ship. When you set one thing on fire, it does a 5,000 damage fire blast in a ring around it by like 150 meters and sets everything else around it on fire. So I really love using fire-based weapons on it. We've got the megaphone, so my stuff reloads super quick because the reload speed on that flamethrower is so slow. Sea fireworks, so again, more damage on the fire, more range on the fire. I use rockets on this ship because they set things on fire. And then bonus damage on the flamethrower. It's super fun. They look at it more as a gather turn-in game. I mean, that is a way you can play it, but it's more just how you're feeling right then. If you want to go out gathering, it's fine, but you could also just go out and blow up other ships and take the resources from them that you need. And I mean, once you get to the point at the end game here where you have a ton of stuff, I do use different ships for different reasons. But they didn't really let you do that at low level. They should have let you kind of experience all the different play styles, I think. I don't know, it's real tough to design early game to be fun when a lot of people just push for end game anyways. Wonder how long it'll make me wait to my next takeover activity. Oh, I'm gonna lose this one in 6 seconds. Wonderful. Takeover failed. If Lepest pops up, I'll go try and solo him. The Sambuck's capable of it. I get tired about halfway through because it takes so long, and then I get sloppy, and then I die. The sloop, let's see. Yeah, that's a good ship, man. That was the one I was just kind of trying to mess around in. And even with max equipment, it just can't hold up against the level 10 stuff. So I guess unlocking a higher level ship or unlocking higher level rank via equipment is more important than the actual stats on the weapons in early game. I wish it told you that. Because I didn't even know that till just now. But the sloop, I think the direct upgrade from there is the Pt.29. And I was able to get that in beta, so it's not too terrible. Some of the stuff's a little difficult to grab because it's up there in the Northeast in the Indies, but this ship was a huge upgrade when I got it. Second part of the story and struggling. So I guess you finished with Skurlock, and now you're on to that East Indies area. So if you're up there anyways, I think unlocking that Pt.29 first thing is going to be your best bet because it'll up your rank, and equipping stuff to it only gets better from there. Because I still do use the Pt.29. It's super strong for explosives. I mean, and I've got a bunch of extra stuff. If if you want, you can always add me or jump on, and I'll give you like one of these high level armors. It'll probably make things too easy though. When I play the Patty, I usually just focus on explosives. Um, if you have the fire bombards, they're probably your best bet. I think you can probably do fire bombard 2 at your level. These things. Even the fire bombard ones are pretty strong. It's just now that I've unlocked the Dardaniel's guns, which are these epic cannons, I was using the fire bombards less. Yeah, because it's important to hit level 11, I guess. But so, the fire aspect of this only makes it so that additional effect will proc every time instead of 70% of the time. Which is nice, but it being only 1,000 damage, it's, for me, it seems better to focus on the higher damage stuff like the Dardaniels. But before that, I was exclusively using the fire bombards on the Pt.29. What's my Ubisoft name? I'll check real quick so you can add me later. Pretty sure it's just dabs underscore all day. Yep. This is another streamer that was streaming some of this game, and we played together for a couple episodes, and that was super fun, so. I guess I should go collect my shipwreck. But we'll sail there in this thing. Alright, we're back on the double Dardaniel. We got the LeFew. Left to play sometime. Yeah, I still got Ubisoft Plus for the next couple weeks before it canceled. I'm definitely going to keep playing. At least log on for an hour or so a day to do the Feast of 8 pickups and that kind of stuff. Get any upgrades that appear. What do we need? Mortar bombs? That's what I'm out of. Need some morties. I just have too much stuff. Because once you start in the end game and have the helm and everything going, instead of running all of your rum and poppies and such to pick up more pieces of 8, you turn them into Skurlock or Rama for cash. And it's so much money. Like, you can't see here. I'll move myself down a little bit. Oh, that's the whole game. My bad. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, so I have like 240,000 right now. And I could sell enough stuff to probably be at 600,000, but you just don't need money once you hit the end. Oops, I did it again. The whole game, I was super broke. until you start manufacturing gold skull rum and selling it to Skurlock, and the gold opium and selling it to Rama. What is it? This stuff. Here you go. Gold skull rum. I got 1,400 sitting here, and 1,400. They sell for 250 silver each. But so what you do is you go out and you pick up poppies and sugarcane, which you can do by blowing up a rogue trader. You go set up a deal with him, like you're gonna go pick up some drugs, and instead of buying them, you kill him, and you take all the shit and you leave. You get marked by the helm, and they start trying to kill you for a little bit, but it's fine. It just leads to more experience points, and then you turn this into rum and you sell it. So, makes so much money. I've been saving my juniper though, because that's gonna be used to fund some of my manufactories and make more pieces of 8. Alright, let's set sail. Rogues are definitely a decent method of leveling. They give you a good amount of kingpin experience. I mean, honestly, just killing everything seems to be getting me good experience. And I said I needed to get mortar bombs. I didn't pick up any. That's fine. Alright, let's see the difference in damage. The Pt.29 versus that other ship I was using. Oh, major whiff. That worked. I can't believe I forgot to equip the mortar, though. What ship do I use mostly? Well, if I'm just picking up pieces of 8, I'll use the Brigandine, the Hull Breaker, just because it can go the fastest. I usually don't even stop to fight anything at that point. I just go. In the early days, you couldn't pick up pieces of 8 or interact with stuff while you were under attack, so I would use the snow and fight everything. But now that you can just pick up and go, it's super useful to use the Brigandine. For hard fights, like Zamaharibu and I don't know, that's about it. I'll use the snow because it can take a hit. And then for everything else, like these hostile takeovers, the Sambuck or the Pyromaniac, whatever it's called, is ridiculously strong. Like, way stronger than this thing. But it takes 5,000 pieces of 8 to unlock it. So, favorite ship? Probably the Sambuck. Pyromaniac ship. I should have just taken that, but... Alright, we got our stuff. That's the important part. Is it better than the snow? It's just very different than the snow. It does a lot more damage in different situations than the snow. So if survivability is the main concern, then the snow is 100% the way to go. But you can run into an issue as that tanky ship where you're just too turtled and you're not doing enough damage. so you get overwhelmed. It's a tough balance between the offense and defense sometimes in this game. I'm going to go to a port and then switch to the Sambuck. Because we should probably be able to do a hostile takeover soon. Yeah, 3 minutes? This time I'm not going to lose. Hoping we'd randomly land on an island that had the treasure. Would I save the pieces of 8 to buy the ship or buy other things first? The upgrade path for pieces of 8 is complicated. And it very much depends on how you want to play it. The first things to do, though, is definitely reinvest back into the manufactories, as well as at the same time investing in the rum production. Because I think I did okay with my pieces of 8 spending, but I definitely wasted some of the early game stuff. Because getting some of these to level 7, 8, and 9 is some of the most important. Because those upgrades give you so many pieces of 8 back. It's just too worth it to go for them right away. If I had to do it all over again, I'd probably just boost one of them, like Grande here. Or probably, yeah, one of these two. I don't know. No, you just have to be Kingpin, I think. Once you get Kingpin, you unlock the helm. And from there, you unlock being able to do takeovers and everything. Because I hit Kingpin before I finished the story, and I got super sidetracked into doing this, and I think I took like 3 or 4 days between the last 2 missions. Completely lost the plot as far as what was going on. Talk about a difficult final battle, though. I'm glad I over-prepared for it. Oh, cool, legendary. These are fun. The skill tree version. Yeah, the book. So in that book, I think the only one you really want to upgrade, I guess there's 2 that are pretty helpful, but the one major one to upgrade is that first skill tree, all the way on the left side, until you can make Gold Skull Rum. Because that is what's going to fund your empire for the silver side of things. Here, I have a sec before the hostile takeover. Or the legendary heist. We'll go over to my helm office. Yeah, once you get Kingpin is when you're going to be able to start doing the takeovers. And you're going to want to watch out because at least the first 2 I think they give to you and you alone, but the other ones are free for all. And if there's other people joining, only one person can win it. So it ends up as a PvP and PvE event. So I basically only went for the ones that nobody else was joining, or just these legendary ones. And there's a few places in Africa and a few places in the East Indies that once you get them to level 10 are insanely high producing. But it requires having all the different trade route connections filled out over there and all that, and boosting them to level 10 basically. So you need a good established empire in the East Indies, or in the Red Isles here. But so, like, each area, the Red Isles, is divided up into like different different subdivisions. Once you take over both in this area, they each get a 30% bonus. Once you take over all 4 in this area, they all get a 20% bonus. Um, so taking over everything's important, but you only want to level up certain ones because it costs too much money to level up everything. As far as upgrades go, this first skill tree, Master Distillers, brings you down to Gold Skull rum production at the 7th level. That's super important. I also did the first level in the Smuggler skill, so you get a little bit more points when you sink enemy ships in the hostile takeover. And I think I took this one up to level just to get the reduction in costs. And yeah, it's a nice choice between being forced to do PvP or being asked to do it. I like that they don't force you into it in this game. They definitely promote it. It's like, hey, here's this event. It could be some PvP, maybe. You want to try it? Like the legendary maps and everything. Those are like a 6-player event. I've joined them, and there's been other people that came and attacked me, and then I've joined them, and nobody's been there. So it's worth it sometimes if you got nothing else to do. I don't know. PvP ups my anxiety too much sometimes, though. I get too nervous. My heart starts beating all crazy. Now PvE, that's fun. I like PvE. Make sure we got all our gear on before we launch. Yep, that looks right. Yep, that looks right. Got the stinky armor. This stuff releases a venomous cloud when you get hit while bracing. Yeah, a lot of people hate the boarding cutscene. I can see why, especially when 7 ships are around you. I've had the same thing happen. When I was in a battle with more than 3 or 4 ships, boarding another ship got me killed often, like 3 or 4 times, and then I just vowed that I wouldn't do it anymore. It's just tough because it's a pop-up that kind of replaces your crew attack. But even things like the crew attack leave you vulnerable in a lot of situations. So when you're fighting a lot of enemies at once, doing those crew attacks and whatnot, and the boarding are just the bad idea. It should give you more time of like invulnerability, I guess, but I don't know if people could consider abusing it or something. When you're fighting against just 1 ship or 2 ships, it seems like you basically go invulnerable, though. Because I noticed that you initiate a crew attack, and the ship that you're fighting stops fighting back for a minute. And it lets you get repositioned. It's super helpful against just 1 ship. Are my friends here, or do I have help? Yeah, we're going in. Fuck it. So like right now, I probably won't use the crew attack, even though it's very strong. Now that I'm away from them a little bit, I might use it. I don't know if you can see how much damage this thing is doing. That firebomb was 2,300. This thing is doing 1,000 plus every tick. Already took him down. That was quick. Looks like I'm the leader here, so... Alright, where are we headed? Oh, headed home. These enemies that spawn are pretty strong, so I kind of want to stay with my crew. People want it to be like Black Flag with more hand-to-hand combat scenes. I mean, it would be cool, but less practical. Maybe if they did that, but allowed you to skip the cutscene? Or perhaps maybe just for specific points in the story when you, like, do it to a captain? Yeah, being level 7 and fighting level 10s, it's doable, but it takes a long time. It's rough. What? Why did that guy attack me? Like, it wasn't even hostile and then just open broadsided me. I'm in a slow ship and my team is just not even keeping up. That's alright, we're going into the river system. They ain't catching us. It's tough. I liked this game a lot, and I definitely could see what some people complain about, in which they want more from it, but I don't know. What do you do to increase your stamina? There is a singular piece of furniture that gives you a stamina plus 10% bonus or something. Other ways to increase your stamina's duration, though, is with food. Cooking is very worth it. Having a long-lasting meal and a snack on me at all times is very important in this game. Early game, my favorite food was this. It only takes like a coconut and a flour to make it. And it makes it so you can sail at full speed basically indefinitely. Cooking the meat and coconuts and such, it's kind of worth it because it increases their stamina regen by like 15% or so. But I also use different foods for different things. If I'm going to be fighting stuff, I use this one because it makes the trimming cost less and it makes the bracing cost less. As long as you're harvesting a bunch of coconuts, it's fine. And if you have coconuts already, then all the different vendors usually have flour, and it's pretty cheap. So you just buy a few of those, and one of those breads or whatever it makes lasts you for at least half an hour. And it makes your stamina last longer for trim sailing, and it also increases the health pack efficiency, so they get better. Ooh, where did I get that recipe? Let me check. This handbook it gives you is actually one of the more useful handbooks I've ever seen in these games. I forgot we were on the legendary heist. Let me dock first. That's pretty funny. But yeah, let me check that recipe for you. Like I was saying, that handbook is super helpful. It's got every single item in the game and where to find it in a pretty easy to use format, it seems. All right, provisions, crew provisions, grilled food. Cooked dishes, here we are. I would assume that it's just the hawker that's right in town here. I guess since I already unlocked it, it doesn't tell me where to get it. My bad. But it would tell you where to get it if you haven't unlocked it already. You track it, and it'll bring you right to the person. Let's see, this is the hawker in St. Anne. Well, it's not here. It might be something you just start with. I don't know. Anyways, check that handbook, and it'll tell you. What do we get? Pt.29. I think that's a pretty useful one. It's got a lot of connections. Hey, 2 of them out here, too. Made some of my existing factories even better. So the legendary heist unlocks 1 manufactory, as well as gives you like a few thousand silver. It's just an alternative to the hostile takeovers. So instead of killing a bunch of low-level ships, almost like a plunder, you do one of those convoys with a few people. So the legendary heist is just PvE. You group up with the 2 other players, hopefully, if they show up. The hostile takeovers can be PvP, but once you unlock a manufactory, you can't participate in a hostile takeover again. So a lot of players have already unlocked all of them, most of them, and usually 4 or 5 pop up at a time. So I just look at the 4 or 5 that are available and pick one that nobody's signed up for and go to it. And out of all the ones I've unlocked, I've only ended up PvPing once or twice. And I mean, I've done probably 20 of those hostile takeovers. So yeah, it's really not too bad. Though, like I said, it is an option. Oh god, there's like 80 or 90 manufactories to unlock if you have the Red Isles, the East Indies, and Africa going. But I think there's like 26 or 30 in the Red Isles. Alright, let's see, make sure I have all my stuff together. We're running the acceleration, the ramming, the acceleration, and the culverin. Oh yeah, because I'm using the, these are the ones from the season. The Coronades. Coronade. Coronada. Is the new armor worth it? That's a good question. I mean, honestly, in using it before, I didn't give it a fair enough test. I've got to use it for a while to mess around with it. This one, the Royal Custodian, which you get from the legendary heists as well as other endgame stuff, is so strong. The Wraithful Ward is kind of fun, but the poison damage is just eh. And then the Black Prince is cool because it's got the highest base armor. But again, it's all so similar that I don't know. Worth it's not really. Fun thing to have? Yes. We're just going to pick up a few of these pieces of 8 that are glaring at me every time I look at my map. Probably getting a few fights along the way. Give this armor a good test like we were talking about. This ship usually launches off the line. Too bad we don't have the right wind direction for it. Anyways. Yeah, let's do it. It reaches max speed pretty quick. But yeah, I was confused by this Ouroboros armor because the description, like many other things in this game, isn't very well written. Get to hulls real quick, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. So it says restores 15% of hull health while bracing. The effect only occurs after bracing ends. In my mind, that means if you're missing 15% of your health and you brace, when you stop bracing, it would heal that 15% health. But that didn't happen. Is there an easy way to see what direction the wind is going? Yeah, there's actually a couple tells. In the bottom right corner, if you can see where my knots are, where it says 9 knots, 18 knots now, there's a little blue indicator. That blue indicator is the wind direction. So if I'm facing this way, I'm into the wind. And now the wind is on my starboard side. And now the wind is behind me. It took me a while to figure that out. We went right past our port. It's going too fast in this thing. And a lot of the times too, if the wind is blowing right at you, you'll like see the extra gusts. But yeah, I mostly just keep an eye on the compass in the bottom right. So foggy, I can't see. Launch time. Bam. Uh-oh, some of Lepeste's fleet, they're never gonna catch us. In the early part of this game, I thought, oh, the wind's coming at me. Let me tack and, you know, zigzag to maximize the benefit of not going into the wind. It's not worth it. Just sailing directly into the wind, even though it feels super slow, is still about the same as trying to zigzag. I wonder if the damage you take when you're bracing gets restored. Yeah, I wonder. It's tough because you don't really take any damage while you're bracing as long as the brace doesn't break. I kind of wondered, like, if the low-level people were getting harassed by the Lepeste fleet and everything. Because I almost feel like they should be in a separate server where they don't have to mess with the seasonal stuff. I couldn't imagine doing the low-level stuff and getting jumped by, like, one of those level 10 stinky ships. Yeah, that's just bad balance. Like, these guys would wreck a new player. I need more of those heads, though, so I'm gonna go wreck him. I'm gonna ram him. That turn he just pulled, oh my god. What I found rockets really good for was pursuing ships. If somebody is chasing you and you launch some rockets at them, every single one of those things is going to hit, and it's going to do so much damage. But yeah, if them and the rogues, the pest fleet and the rogues are harassing low-level players, they really should have, like, designed a world tier or something like that. Like, once you hit Kingpin, you get put into an instance that is only for people of Kingpin and above that have the harder ships everywhere. Like, hell, even replace all these low-level ships. How do I keep zooming in? That's new. New to me, at least. Some of these ports are so picky when they let you pick up. Like, oh no, you're a few feet in the wrong direction. Alright, did we clear that stuff? Okay, there's one more. Hey, by the way, thanks for coming and hanging out. It's been super fun having you chatting. I don't get many people stopping in, so it's been fun. I was pretty surprised at how poor of a reception and how few people were playing and streaming this one, because, yeah, I've enjoyed it from the moment I started. I guess it's just the type of game I enjoy too, though. Like, I don't know if you checked out Atlas at all. That was really fun, even though it was really janky. Oh, so we could do another legendary heist, or I could do a hostile takeover. We haven't done a hostile yet, so I'm gonna do one of those. Where am I? How did I get here? Me and the buddy had an Ark server for a while. It was really fun. And then yeah, same thing with Atlas. Had a grand old time playing through it. Never really stuck around to the multiplayer or anything, but to play it as like a co-op experience was really cool. I love those games where you can kind of set your own goals as well as the goals in the game. Because capturing one of those massive pterodons or whatever, Quetzalcoatlus, that was it. Capturing a Quetz and setting up a flying base was such a cool goal. Did they ever fix Atlas? I don't know if they ever fixed it, quote unquote. Hey, Scotty, stopping by in the Twitch chat. How you doing? We're talking about this other game, Atlas, that we liked. I know they fixed a lot of things about it, but they never fully fixed it, so it's not like a 100% experience. But dude, most games don't play perfectly, and Atlas at least gave you console commands to fix or tweak anything you wanted to. And as somebody who's always been good with that kind of stuff, like, I was able to make that game play awesome and feel awesome. Alright, so we're banking these pieces of 8 real quick. And we're shipping out to a hostile takeover. You used to play Conan Exiles. I never played that one. Was it RPG? Was it actiony? Yeah, I don't think I ever even heard of that one. I got super deep into a couple MMOs and tunnel visioned those for so long that I missed a lot of other stuff. Alright, so let's show you what I was talking about with the hostile takeovers once we get here, too. Alright, so this is what happens when hostile takeovers pop up. You get, well, this one gave me 4 options and a legendary. So you can pick which one you want to do. And if any of these have players, like this one here has somebody signed up to it, I wouldn't want to sign up and go to it and hassle them. I mean, some people might want to, but that's just not me. I guess if I really needed that one, but I would just wait. Anyways, so you look for one that doesn't have anybody else attending it, and you join that one. Conan Exiles is more like Ark, with base building, but you have thralls. Oh, alright, cool. I know in Atlas, you kind of had both. You had animals to do work, but also you had to hire pirates to help do work. So it's kind of fun. Oh, I'm excited for this hostile takeover. Get revenge for the last one that went so poorly. Perfect timing. Literally perfect timing. Goodbye. And so in these hostile takeovers, every ship you kill in here adds to your percentage of takeover in the top right there. And just being in the zone gives you percentage as well. If you don't kill anything, I don't think you'll take it over in time. But if you kill all the stuff, then you basically win. And even if there's another person here, as long as you kill more enemies than they do, you'll still win. But a lot of the times the PvP ends up taking precedence, so nobody wins. %. Where's all the bad guys? They're just like, no, you can have the place, please. It's all you. You have a good empire in the Red Islands. We'll join. Smart folks. Takeover success. Kusini. All mine. Cool. Well, I'm trying to think if there's too much else I can do right now. I think it would be cool to have the map split up by levels. You mean like before what I was saying, like a different world tier almost? Or are you talking about like certain sections of the map being higher level than others? Because honestly, I think that's how it was intended. But now that they threw so many of Lepeste's fleet and there's so many random rogues around, it kind of messed with that. Oh my god, that on fire effect is so amazing! The chain reaction that just happened. Sorry if I got loud, that was exciting. That was one of the better fire chains that I've seen happen. Now that is cool. A lot of these cities end up pretty samey. But that is cool. Would you cliff jump at these rocks? Because I sure would. Epic. So I shot that ship that was next to me. It caught on fire. That fire wave spread and killed the ship that was right next to it. I don't even know where I'm going. I'm just sailing. Oh yeah, do I think they might make more ranks? Yes and no. Because before most people reached endgame, the most dangerous stuff wandering around was the privateer ships. They're big, they would have a spotlight looking at you, you'd have fair warning to stay away, and they wouldn't really mess with you unless you got too close. But they would mess you up. And now that there's rogues everywhere that'll just hunt you down, it is a lot tougher for new players. I hope they do figure out a good solution for that. As far as different kingpin ranks, there's either going to be a secondary system, like after you max out this one, or they're going to rework how the levels happen and the rewards for each one. Because really, once you're past like Kingpin 10, the rewards aren't useful anymore. And like back in the day when I would play Payday 2 a lot, you could like prestige and up your infamy rank. And after a couple years they'd rework it, and then another couple years they'd rework it again, so any of these endgame experience things are liable to be reworked. Man, my keyboard is fighting me at this point. My space bar doesn't like to work, so sometimes I have to like smash it. And when I do that, it'll hit the N key or the B key. And that opens the map or puts my view backwards. It's funny. But I got a new keyboard on the way. It should be here in a couple weeks. Oh, hell yeah. What a scene. You're thinking they might make new ranks when the new ships come out. Maybe. And I mean, these seasonal ranks are almost like their own separate ranking system to begin with. So I could see that. Because now that we got the bark in this season, I assume they're going to do one ship per season. I could be wrong. But that's definitely the expectation they set up by that. I've really just been sailing in circles. Let me get to a port. So yeah, they're either going to tie the newer ships into the seasonal rewards like they did this season, some sort of combo. I've never been a huge fan of live service game. There's been so few live service games that have done it right over the years that I'm always pretty hesitant towards them. But I don't know. With Ubisoft Plus, which is the way I was playing it, it kind of makes sense. Because if I pay 18 bucks and I get access for a month, then I can play all the content I want and basically burn out and be done with it and stop for a few months. And a new season will come out, and then I'll subscribe for $18 and play to my heart's content. And if they release enough content and make the game good enough, I'll subscribe enough times where I'll probably pay more than just buying a $60 title. Because once I'm done with a game, especially if I paid 60 plus for it, which is rare, it's hard for me to buy DLCs like 6 months later. Feroyun raid? Oh no! Yo, welcome everybody. Thanks for coming over. Just hanging out, chatting about the future of this game. Chatting a little bit about games as a service. And my thoughts on Ubisoft Plus. I think I have a few hundred hours at this point. I definitely like the game. Hey back, by the way. Yo, thank you for the follow. Hey, this is awesome. Appreciate y'all. Clan Pipe, welcome. I got another chatter on the other side here. Imbeer. He's hoping one of our next seasonal objectives will be like a good string of missions. Yeah, I'm still pretty new to streaming, so I very much appreciate the follows. Thank you so much. What were we saying before? Yeah. I was enjoying that Ubisoft Plus kind of pairs well with these games as a service idea. And it might actually work out for them in the long run too. Because once I buy a game and I kind of play it for enough time, it's hard for me to reinstall it and jump into a DLC. But if it's a subscription-based service like 18 a month to let me play a bunch of games, I'm more likely to come back when a DLC drops or resubscribe to that 18 a month service. Appreciate the welcome to Twitch. I mean, to be honest, I've been streaming pretty regularly for about a month and a half now. It's just tough as a new streamer to get engagement, you know? All right, well, we had just finished a hostile takeover. We're really making progress here in Africa. It is very hard. Yeah, I mean, luckily I'm enjoying the game I'm playing, and I'd be playing it anyways. I love when people hang out and chat, so it's a double win. It was actually so much easier to set up the whole streaming thing than I thought, because then it, like, 10 years ago it would have been impossible for me, but And yeah, quite a lot of progress in the game. I got all of the red isles unlocked. I got probably half of Africa now. I'm pulling in about 6,000 pieces of 8 per night with my 4 level 9s. But remember, yo, welcome to this side on Twitch. I'm glad you found me on Kick, though. Oh my god, I might hit the 5 milestone chatters at the same time thing. Yeah, I actually, am I on Kick also? I started on Kick, because I heard something about it being easier to get discovered and they had like a new creator program. But it's been basically the same on both. Appreciate it. It is a little easier to stay focused on one chat, you're right. I have OBS set up over here and I got both chat windows going, so trying to keep up with it. We got 5 minutes till a new takeover. I think that's just enough time to grab around a product. Try my product. I always think of the old Video Professor ads. Do you need to learn how to do Microsoft Excel, Word, eBay? Try my product. I've got my first skill tree in the Helm book completely maxed out, so these product runs are really lucrative. Get like 700 or 900 stuff product every time. It's Scotty. What up, Scotty? I miss Boulder. Boulder was a fun spot. That's the right button. Alright, so let's pick up a couple missions real quick. I'm still debating so hard how to say your name. Royun? Thanks again for stopping in. Have a good night. When I'm done on here, I'll definitely click back on your channel and check it out. Alright, these glitch for me half the time, so let's see if I can pick up all 4. We did it! I'm telling you, like half the time, one of those contracts gets bugged and doesn't let me pick it up. Later, Clan Pipe. Thanks for stopping in, man. Have fun in whatever game you pick. If you're still here, let me know what game you're headed off to. I'm always looking for new game inspiration, especially now that I'm pretty close to done with Pirates here. Amber says, here's TikTok might be the easiest way to find new people. So I have no TikTok presence, and I considered making one just to promote my channel. It's still on the docket for things to do. Alright, this ship is not big enough to hold all the product, so let's switch over to the snow. Ember was... Ember. The real Ember. Was asking before what the snow was best at. And not only is it really good at defense, but it has the highest cargo capacity. So in this case, I wouldn't be able to do all this stuff in one run if it wasn't for taking the snow. Speaking of cargo space, though, we got to, cargo road, not space. We gotta make room in our inventory. Now we should be able to carry it all. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. That's a good game. I didn't get it myself, but I sat in the living room and watched one of my roommates play it completely through, so I got the experience. It's a good one. Talk about a good pirate game. I think at the time I was playing the newer Kingdom Hearts, and that has its own pirate section that was pretty silly and fun. Real Ember's off too. Yo, thanks again for stopping in and chatting. It was super fun. Appreciated having you around. I'll see you next time. Oh, word, if it's on Ubisoft Plus, maybe I'll check it out. It's so easy to play most of those games because I don't even have to download them anymore. Like, I'm not even playing this on my machine. I'm streaming this from that Amazon Luna service. So I can probably just stream it and try it for a bit. Thanks, Clan. Or Pipe, whichever you prefer to go by. Oh no, I took the weapons off. I don't, I don't have any weapons. Hold on. We can do this. We still got this. Hold on. Oh my god. Get back here. No, no, quick. Get him. All right. Multi-contract complete. 600 cane, 300 poppy, 300 tobacco leaves. 1,200 materials. That's pretty sweet. If we get jumped, though, I don't know if I'll be able to fight back. Maybe. Maybe. That's a phrase that's never going to leave my vocabulary in that specific order. Meet the Heavy TF2. Such a good video. Did a new hostile takeover open up? It did. Excellent. So we got 5 of them available. I guess that's because a legendary one didn't spawn. It is kind of weird that it doesn't let you participate in those anymore, but I could see them having too limited spaces for everybody to join in on. Alright, all of these seem to be good options. Nobody's here. Let's do this one. Africa will be mine. I didn't even like saying that. I'm so anti-colonialist. Yeah, but I'm gonna improve the place, I swear. No, I can't. I can't think like that. It's horrible. Alright, anyways. Hostile takeover. Back to the Sambuck. I really gotta do these treasure maps. I just don't like doing the treasure maps. They did not make them very fun. Maybe some people think they're fun, but after doing like 10 of them, I was done. And the fact that this season makes you do 30 of them for a completion bonus is irksome. Oh, I'm so glad my latest follower thing updated. The person occupying that slot before was a graphic design sales bot. Alright. So we got 2 minutes till this takeover starts. I think my best bet is going to park my boat facing one of these towers, but more out in the open. Started off with a nice rocket attack. And light everybody on fire. I can't believe it was today that I found out that the level of your ship actually makes a big difference in your damage calculations. Like, that is unbelievable. It shouldn't. I don't know why it does, but it does. And we're back. That's some hardcore pirate rock right here. That D&B song Firestarter is just going in my head now. Just scrolling back up in my chat log, make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I missed some from Scotty. It's alright, he'll probably tell me on the phone later. Yeah, come on in, guys. Bring it. Ooh, that was a good torpedo hit. Already went down from the flames, hell yeah. A little bit earlier we were talking about the Ubisoft Plus subscription and everything. I still like it. I still got another 15 days or so on this month. I just feel like it's perfect for picking up and putting away every few months. Maybe if I wasn't subscribed to Final Fantasy XIV, I'd think about keeping it full-time, but I don't super love the Assassin's Creed franchise. I don't even get to shoot them half the time. They just go down. It's because I pumped up the damage in this flamethrower so hard. There we go. How are we looking? Almost there. And I guess when I sign up again, it'll probably be when Season 2 of this game comes out. I'm not sure how often they're doing seasons, but they'll probably be pretty often. They'll get me like every 3 months or so, I'm sure. Pilot Bay Weaver. All mine. That sail glitch. Okay. Level 13? Where the hell did you come from, bro? I was wondering why you didn't just die immediately. Are these guys like... Oh, they're probably coming to protect that fort that I pissed off. Alright. We're coming from the fort next to the place that I pissed off. 190 infamy? Okay. Come on. This ship just does so much damage. I love it. Well, I'm getting pretty close to being done for today. I wasn't planning on doing too much more. We already beat Zamaharibu, Kuharibu, the Mangadan Ghost ship, a couple hostile takeovers, a couple legendary heists. We farmed some pieces of 8. It's been a good day today. Lots of progress. Ooh, we got a couple smuggler points to spend too. I think I'm only 1 or 2 away from the new ship. Every time. Brings a smile to my face. It's stupid. Oh, somebody's trying to come up on me. I hear them. They're chanting. That was the first thing I realized rockets were amazing at. Dealing with the boats that are chasing you. If you're wondering, this is the Pyromaniac ship, aka the Sambuck. I'm using the Blue Spectre up front. The Zamzama 3s on the side, which are a demi-cannon that does fire damage, as well as makes it so you can do crew-to-crew stuff faster. And on the tail, currently running the flooding demi cannon, just to have the option of another debuff to throw on people. Where's our nearest port? Let's go to Ka Mangrove. The reason I'm specced with so much fire stuff, though, is because every time you light something on fire, it explodes. That fire explosion does 5,000 damage and sets everything around it on fire, which then can explode for 5,000 damage and set the things near it on fire. It's such a cool chain reaction. And on top of that, it does 50% bonus damage to anything that's on fire. So you set one thing on fire, then everything's on fire, and you do 50% more damage to everything. It's awesome. What I still need to do is collect more Plaguebringer heads. Because I know I need 10 of those to spawn a boss I haven't fought. I haven't seen any notifications about the La Peste world event, because I'd do that. In fact, I haven't seen many world events at all since I started doing these takeovers. It's weird. Oh, very satisfying. Who's cheering? Who was just cheering? Where did that come from? It was like my crew from St. Anne was here. Alright, how much money we betting that she's gonna say that Yanita taught me how to swim, huh? I would bet every single piece of 8 that I have. Yep, there it was. Alright. I know I have this quest, but that's just because it wouldn't complete even though I killed it 3 times this morning. So I'm just gonna let that be. Let's make sure our production facility's all running. Making us that rum, making us that opium. Hey, anybody out there really know what the gin or tobacco is actually for other than providing the base materials to your manufactories? Because the only thing I see them do is buy other commodities in like with Skurlock and Rama. I'll have to look it up because when you sell them directly, they just don't seem to sell for very much money, or at least they weren't. I'll have to refine a couple and bring them in with me just to check next time I actually sell. I just won't need to sell anything for a while. Sitting on 240,000, I think. And I know I got like 1,500 of each. Oh no, now I got a lot of each. Yeah, I could rock a boat with full long nines. I mean, it'd be silly. Oh, it ain't even done. There's still 80 more. All right, maybe I'll wrap up stream and come back and do that in 5 minutes after a panther piss or something. Shout out Brutal Moose. I wonder how much opium we got going. Probably a similar amount, honestly, so it might still be cooking. If anybody has any questions about this game, the end game, the early or mid game, uh, let me know. I had a pretty good experience the whole way through. All right, we can fund this one. So this is where we make the snuff. And one of my manufactories does take poppies. So we're not going to manufacture that. Manufacture. I do want to see what this does though, so we're going to do just one of these. Sweet. Well, I want to thank everybody for stopping in today, hanging out. It was a great stream. Lots of progress, lots of good chatting. Ember, Ember TV, the real Ember. Really nice to meet you. Really nice chatting. Had a lot of fun with the raid coming in. Clan Pipe, Froyun, and everybody else lurking. Thank you so much. I try to stream a little bit every day or every few days, so keep an eye out. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.